Welcome to Esports Update. I'm your host, Mike Kersey, here to give you all the news, scores, and highlights that you may have missed last week in esports. And we'll be jumping right into it with the industry news. Overwatch has announced their final expansion team this week, Hangzhou Spark. They'll be joining Chengdu Hunters and Guangzhou Charge in the Pacific Division that were announced earlier this month, bringing the total number of teams next year to 20. Overwatch's next season starts February 14th, 2019. And speaking of new seasons, Fortnite has announced the start of its Winter Royale. This season will be starting with an open qualifier this weekend, so if you think you got what it takes, make sure to jump onto this special event on the 24th and 25th. You can play as many rounds as you want, but only your best performance will be used to qualify. And there was a lot of esports played this week, so our recaps this week are going to be pretty quick. We'll be starting off with Dota 2's first major of its 2018-19 season, the Kuala Lumpur Majors. 16 teams from around the world faced off last week, not only for prize money, but for the coveted Dota Pro circuit points that give their team a spot in the internationals next year. And it was Team Secret that came in hot, sweeping through Vici, PSG, and Virtus Pro in the upper brackets, straight to the finals. In the lower brackets, it was Evil Geniuses that took the dominating run, going on a 4-game win streak but getting crushed by Virtus Pro in the semis. In the grand finals, VP absolutely dominates the first round with their team fights, ending the match with over 35 kills to just 13. But Team Secret immediately jumps back the next round, with the App Store destroying VP in the laning stage with 9 kills and assists in the first opening minutes. They started coming back in the mid game, but after overextending just a few too many times, Team Secret took the win. The next round played far more conservatively, and at mid-game both teams were still pretty equal. But when Secret chases down VP in the first major fight, it was pretty much all downhill afterwards. And after one amazing final fight from Team Secret, it was GG. VP was sitting on match point and having yet another rough start, but Yapster being their absolute nightmare. Look at this play, taking on 3 members of Virtus Pro. But VP finally catch a break after a well-controlled fight in the bottom lane. And by mid-game, it was Team Secret that had to keep backing down from the fights. With their continued map control and well-communicated team fights, at 47 minutes, Vitality took the win to send the game into the 5th and last round. Unlike the previous round, the laning stage went far more evenly. At the beginning of the mid-game, Team Secret gets an amazing turnaround to put the team in the lead. But VP quickly evens it up, taking another solid team fight that nets them the Roshan. And with nothing seemingly going their way afterwards, it wasn't long before Team Secret lost, and it was Virtus Pro that takes a series win. And with the Dota Pro circuit this year only consisting of 5 majors, Virtus Pro will be taking home almost an entire 5,000 DPC points for their win, and of course the $350,000 grand prize. And it was Rainbow Six's Pro League's finals this weekend. 8 teams from Latin American, European, and North American regions battled it out to be the #1 team in the 8th Pro League finals. FaZe Clan took the top bracket, narrowly beating Mocket in its overtime rounds in Oregon, but just destroying their Rango defensively. G2 continued their season's dominating performance, sweeping both Immortals and Fnatic to push for the final bracket. In the finals, G2's sweep continued. After a back-and-forth battle, G2 ended up beating FaZe at Bank, their own map pick in the first round. G2 chooses Coastline for the next round, and the match was back and forth yet again on G2's defensive rounds. But when G2 started the attack, it was all over for FaZe as they just could not break G2's offense. Kenter and Ketty take the last 2 for the clutch win to start G2 on a 3-game win streak to take the win after only 8 rounds. G2 went on an almost undefeated season and is now the most decorated team in Rainbow Six's history. This weekend was also host to Dreamhack Atlanta. While there were many tournaments going on, we'll be quickly going over this year's World Championship Finals and of course the CSGO's major tournament. Splice took the win for the 2019 Smite World Championships after sweeping both Obey and Dignitas in the quarter and semifinals, where after their 4th match they looked like to be the losing team. But in match 5 they came out swinging, never letting rival have any room in taking the victory for the trophy. In the Brawlhalla World Championships, it was Sandstorm who swept the top 8, going undefeated for the win. Look at this insane turnaround to take round 1 of the grand finals. So close to being defeated by Wrench, but coming back at the last moment for the KO. It was also the Paladins World Championships, where the Team Envy is the first ever North American team to take home the title. The grand finals between them and Navi were back and forth until map 4, where after that win they dominated the final map of the series with a 4-0, taking home the trophy. And Dreamhack Atlanta was yet another major for CSGO, and with an easier team pool, Team Vitality needed this win to give them a boost after their coach left their team earlier last week. And the French did not disappoint. After a rocky start, they finished with a dominating fashion, sweeping Luminosity in the finals. And it was Vitaly Zywu's first LAN experience, and he had a masterful performance, getting an ace on an equal round after picking up an AK. This was Team Vitality's first win for a CSGO LAN event. And that's going to be it for this week's eSport update. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any suggestions for you would like to see covered in the future weekly episodes, please let us know. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But until next time, have a good week.
Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Graphics on everyone. The black hole.
Away those tracers. You can see Dupree trying to close in, but Taz will hit the headshot.